So my name is Dr. Eric Twum. I am the Chief Executive Officer of the Institute of Environmental Assessment. We help with development of policies on flooding, on water and drought, working with institutions on how they could implement these policies and prepare them by building their capacity in this area. That's basically what we do. And we also go with local communities who are affected by issues about disasters, and we support them in making the right choices so that they can recover from disasters when they do happen. To build the capacity of rural communities who are affected, but even government institutions, and even the knowledge using international best practice in supporting design of policies that not only prepares institutions who are at the front line of disaster risk management, but also able to support in terms of designing programs that are local content made, so that the people who are affected benefit from such interventions. For instance, they are working with the Ministry of Gender, Children and Protection, Social Protection. You find that there are issues with disbursement of funding. There are mechanisms designed on how they need to do this, all in the policy document that we worked and submitted to the government. The way forward will be looking at the key challenge, addressing the key challenges that implementation of has. The first has to do with the issue about funding, providing necessary funding for disaster, because unfortunately, as a result of changing of our climate, there are natural factors that we cannot help, and even the planning of our cities that are affected every year with flooding, droughts. There has to be funding allocated from central government and development partners and even the CSOs to address this. The other has to do with focusing on coordination. It's one of the big things that we need to be looking at going forward. There has to be a coordinated effort between government institutions, CSOs and local communities. And the most important thing is to tailor design programs to meet local needs. I'm talking about language. Not in English or anything, but local language, whether it's in Ghana or in Twi, that meets the needs of the people that are very affected with. The last thing we possibly have to look at, it has to do with capacity building. We need to build the capacity of institutions, both private and government, to be able to address issues that affect our communities as a result of disasters that often happen. Thank you very much for having me.